All right, chat? You guys want a Dashy update? Here you go. ZooMaa is playing while we figure out some issues with Dashy. Okay?
Indeed, we've got some breaking news to cover. It's been released that OpTic Gaming's Dashy will be missing the Pro League due to what I've been told by sources as a travel issue, most likely related around a visa problem. Dashy will not be playing tonight with OpTic Gaming to kick off the start of the CWL Pro League versus Midnight Esports. However, ZooMaa of FaZe Clan, the team's substitute, will be stepping in until further notice. Now, after doing some research in the CWL handbook, the rules do state that teams must notify the league 24 hours ahead of the official start time of the match to allow a substitute to play, and the process at which they use a substitute must be for an entire week of matches. OpTic Gaming does have an incredibly jam-packed first week of the Pro League, as they will be facing off against teams like Midnight, UYU, Evil Geniuses, and Team Reciprocity. The Pro League also goes on to read that the administration does have the power to permit a substitute from a match-to-match basis rather than a week's notice if the administration does see fit. Now, a few things to think about are obviously how long will Dashy be out for, considering OpTic has been going through some visa issues with players in other esports. It's also going to be interesting to see exactly when he can return and whether or not the CWL will permit Dashy to play, let's say, in the middle of the week if he were to return around that time. And finally, how will OpTic play with a totally new teammate in ZooMaa? Now, I do know from what I've been told regarding this information has been known to the OpTic Gaming players since around Sunday morning. So there has been time for them to kind of work out exactly what could be the case regarding a few certain strategies, as the role differences between ZooMaa and Dashy are incredibly apparent. Now, what we have seen from teams do, or what we have seen teams do in the past, rather, regarding a last-second substitute, is usually they'll allow that sub-player to play the exact same role as the player they're filling in for. So essentially the entire other 4 men on the roster don't have to kind of change up their positions as well, and then kind of keep the same strategies moving forward. However, with it being 5v5 and the way that roles do currently work in Black Ops 4, we could see someone like Karma or even TJ Halley kind of take over Dashy's role and allow for ZooMaa to play what he's known for as that aggressive SOG. One last thing to take note of is that ZooMaa did not obviously qualify for the CWL Pro League with FaZe Clan, so this is going to be a huge opportunity for him to showcase himself and on the best team in the world as of this moment, as he is going to have a huge spotlight on him considering how solid OpTic Gaming and Dashy looked at CWL Vegas. ZooMaa was rumored actually to be joining this roster, or even OpTic Gaming, back before the original decision to pick up both ZooMaa and Octane. We all do know that there were a few contract disagreements between the organizations, so it should be pretty fun to see ZooMaa representing in green. So this will be a huge opportunity for ZooMaa to, like I said, prove himself, but this will also be a huge proving period for OpTic to show that they can withstand losing their best Slayer. The question does remain how long they can hold on without him and when we will see Dashy's return.